Hey everyone, so I feel led by God again to talk about these three dreams that I meant to do this. Three dreams that I've had within the last 6 years or so, or more than that, and they kind of still resonated in me. And to this day, I kind of look for the meaning. Um, if anybody has any idea or feels led by the Spirit of God, by all means, put it in the comments. I would love to get feedback, and I ask that you guys pray for me, that God gives me understanding and gives me vision and revelation. Um, I want to try to make this video short. I know I said that on my first video and it came out to be 20 minutes, but I'm really going to try to do this quick. I don't want to go too long. So, with that being said, I want to talk about the first dream that I had. One of the first dreams. And it's in this dream, I was around the age of 17. I'm like 23 now. And during this time, I was so infatuated with finding the one that God called for me and stuff like that. I was a Christian, but I was exalting um, the girl, the spirit of the girl or whatever. I understood who that my other half could be or whatever, your soulmate, whatever you want to call that to be. And I was exalting that over any other priority. I was making that the main thing. And I was so infatuated with this person at the time. And one night, while I'm thinking about is this girl. I have a dream, and at the time, I had two that were very close to me. One of them was kind of like mentoring me, and the other one was basic. The both of them were my friends, but one of them was a little older, and he was mentoring me in Christ and all that. And the other one, we were sharpening each other in a sense as iron sharpens iron. And they appeared in my dream, and I've been learning a lot about dreams, and I believe that it was more like a vision because of the subtleness, like the quickness of it, that it came and it left. In the dream, I was walking in the desert. It was very biblical dream, right? I call it a biblical dream because it's like when I read the Bible and I see people dreaming, it kind of goes along those lines. And it was one of my friends to my left, one of my friends to the right, the two guys that I was talking about, and they were walking with me in this desert. And then out of nowhere in the desert, a tree appeared with a little bit of grass, like a random patch of a tree with the grass. A random patch of the grass with the tree, and we just kept moving. Then the next, I saw more popping up and more popping up, and before I knew it, I was in a meadow of green. And I don't know which events came first, but one of my friends, the oldest one that was mentoring me at the time in Christ, a black shadow was under him, and he was kind of looking down at the shadow, and he was kind of just sinking. And I remember I ran towards him, and I dove in, and I grabbed him by his arm, and I took him out like helped him out. It was like quicksand, kind of. That's how the nature was reacting. And then my other friend turned into a ball of light and just flew into the moon, and that's when the vision ended. That was one dream that to this day I don't know the meaning of, but I've understood several interpretations. But I just ask that you guys pray for me to give me understanding of that. Um, the next dream that I had when I was about 18 was that I was and there was this bridge, and the bridge was made out of rocks. Like nature made, if that makes sense. And kind of like if you think of the Lion King, that bridge where they grab the baby and they put him up like that, the lion baby, or something like that. But it was a bridge to connect things. And at the other end of the bridge, there was a lion, but this lion was with us, standing on all four, was at least 6.5 feet his face from the ground. Not standing up on two legs, but just standing on all four. It was like a big lion. but it was kind of golden and majestic, kind of like if you can think of the Narnia lion. And I felt in my understanding in the dream that that lion was of God. Like I was terrified, I was scared of it because it was a lion, but it wasn't like a demonic fear. It was like it was from God in a sense. And as I was walking to, I knew I had to go towards the lion, which was intimidating, but the lion was in the middle of my path, at the end of it, right at like when the path ended, right there. As I was walking on this bridge made out of rocks, um, the bridge started collapsing, and right where the paws of the lion were was where it finished collapsing, and I grabbed on right there, and I was my feet were dangling, and as I looked up, the lion was basically there. The lion never reacted. The lion never wasn't like showed any signs of what's going on. It was just like it was like it had this wisdom to it. It was weird. I don't know how to describe it. It was just not phased by things, but it was just intently looking at me. And I managed to pull myself up from falling, and I continued, and like the dream or the vision ended. The last dream, and I'm sorry that I'm making go through this, but I just wanted to get these three dreams out there. The last dream that I had was I was about 14 at the time, and I was in a truck. Like if you ever see those old movies of farmer dads, and they have these trucks, in the South kind of thing, these old trucks, and I was inside of the truck. There was somebody else with me, and I don't remember if it was female or male. Regardless, even when I woke up, I still when I had that dream, I didn't know. I didn't remember well. But there was somebody else with me, and the truck had no electrical power, and there was no AC or no heater. But we had a lot of blankets inside of the truck, and it was very cozy and comfortable as much as it could be. And this truck, we drove to the top of a hill slash mountain, and it was pretty high up. Really, we was high up, and we could see the city in front of us overlaid. It was nighttime, and the lights of the city were there, and then we could see the sky. The sky was so big, almost as if it touched the land, and it was pretty cool because the lights never polluted the stars, and you could see all the stars. And something, and I was looking straight ahead into the sky, and out of nowhere, like a star exploded, and it was like a blue explosion kind of. And in my understanding in the dream, it felt like as if the sun, something, something that like sustained life kind of thing. And right after that happened, snow started falling on the land. And from there, I went into like a quick vision, and I saw the grass. I saw like the herbs, and they were withering away because of the cold. And then from there, if the scene changed, and I saw animals. The first animal that I remember seeing was like a deer trying to eat the grass, but since it died off, there was nothing to eat. So then the deer started dying off, and the animals started dying off. And then I just thought about us, like people, like, oh, how are we gonna eat now since this happened? Um, there's been several understandings of that last stream that I've gotten recently that I'm not quite sure if it's the true meaning of it. But in my understanding, it almost seemed like a famine that was coming, but I'm not quite sure. So I ask that you guys pray for me, and I'll be praying for everybody as well. But I just want to know some insight, any ideas anybody might be having. So I appreciate you guys making it this far again. Feel like I'm gonna be putting up more videos pending on how God is moving in my life. I pray that He's the one breathing into all these videos, and hopefully this helps people as well. I thank you guys for watching. God bless you guys.